I have my very colourful palette with my red, yellow and blue, my black and some white as well. I always like to have a nice selection of paintbrushes. I've got this round head brush which is great for scumbling, a wide brush here which is good if I want to get a fast coverage of paint. I'm also going to have my pointed brush. I'll use this for lots of different fine details. And I have another brush here which is great. Maybe I'll use this for the snow at the end. First of all, I'm going to mix some colours together. So I've got my white and some blue. I'm going to get a little bit of yellow as well, mix it together, and a little bit of black. And when you're doing this background, you can use any colours you like. I really like these colours. I think they go well with the robin and also the berries. But you could try maybe a warmer colour if you prefer. I start scumbling, so I do this circular motion with my brush and I go all along the edge at the top. Once I've got a really nice colour, I'm going to get some white on my brush, and whilst both the darker tone is still wet as well as the white on my brush, it will allow my brush to blend in with that darker tone. I'm not using too much pressure, and I'm still doing that scumbling technique as well. And I move it down, so I'm bringing that lovely colour down into the centre of my paper, and then I'm moving it back up as well, and as you can see, it's giving me that really nice smooth blend. I keep on working down, get a bit more white as well, and just let those colours blend together, all those different tones, going from the light tones and gradually going up into the dark tone. Once I've finished painting the background, I'm going to draw my robin. So I've got my pencil and I'm going to draw an oval. This is going to be the robin's body. And then at the top, I'm going to draw a circle, which is the robin's head. It's a little bit small, so I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And then also I'm now going to draw lines that will connect the shapes together, and that will give me a silhouette of a robin. I will draw a little beak on my robin, and then I'll get an eraser, and inside the silhouette I'm just going to start rubbing out those lines. Once I've done that, I'm going to make a nice tone of brown, so I'll get my red, some yellow, a little bit of black as well. And once I've got a really nice colour, using my pointed brush, I'm going to begin using tiny little brush strokes, and it will give me a really nice effect, so it looks like feathers. I'm using this brown just at the top of my robin. I will continue down towards the tail. I'll get some more yellow, add that to my brown so it's a bit of a lighter tone, and start adding this colour onto my robin's feathers. So now there's a couple of different tones which will add some depth as well. Once I've completed that, I'm going to get some white and a bit of black. I'll make a light grey tone, and directly underneath the brown, I'm going to start adding some more tiny brush strokes. I'm doing the same brush motion all the way down, just underneath that brown. I'm going to get some more, a slightly darker grey, and I'm going to define some of those feathers. So I will add it to my light grey. I'm also going to add this darker grey to the brown as well, because I think it will look really nice. So I'll just add a few of those little brush strokes. Now I want to make a vibrant orange colour. So I've got my red and my yellow, and I'm adding these tiny brush strokes with the orange on the rest of my robin silhouette. I think I want to make the belly a bit bigger, so I've got my fine brush and I'm just going along the belly, along the outside edge, making it a bit bigger. And then I'm going to use the same brush strokes again to create a really nice texture, really lovely little feathers. I'm going to get some red, add this to my orange so it's a little bit darker, and I'll put this onto my lovely robin. So now I've got a couple of different tones of orange as well. It all adds depth. The more tones you have, the more depth you can get in your painting. Once I've done my robin, I'm going to get my pencil and draw a line down just underneath my robin. This is going to be the branch, and make sure it's not too far down below the robin, so I don't need to give the robin really long legs. And now I'm going to draw some leaves. As you can see, I start off with some really smooth leaves. There's no spiky ones right now. I'm going to add the spikes once I've done the painting. I want to make a really deep green, so I get some yellow, lots of blue and some black, and then I'm going to start using I've got a slightly larger pointed brush. This is really great to use because I can get a lot of paint on my brush, so it allows me to cover these leaves with just a few brush strokes, and I make sure that I cover all the leaves with this lovely flat colour. Whilst the paint is still wet, I'm going to use my point on my paintbrush, and I'm pulling out that colour, so I'm creating lots of spikes. I continue this on every leaf. Each one you could do slightly differently as well. You can have some smooth leaves, but I love these spiky ones, and I love doing this process as well. It's really nice to create these really lovely shaped leaves. Once the leaves are all finished, I'm going to make some brown, and this is going to be for my branch. So I make sure it's not too thick, the paint, because then I can make a really nice smooth line going from each leaf, going all the way across. And I'm going to add a little dot, which is going to be my robin's eye. Using some grey, I'm going to make the beak. I'll just paint that beak with the grey, and also some legs. So I'm going to have them diagonal, and they're going to go all the way down to where the branch is. Using a lighter tone of green, I want to add this to my leaves. So I've got my yellow, with a little bit of blue, so it's a really nice bright green. I'm going to get some white as well. And just on the inside, I'm going to add these lines. So I can go straight in the center, or I could curve them as well. You could even do some veins kind of going out of the center if you like. I'm keeping this one quite simple, but you could really have lots of fun creating any type of leaves that you like. And sometimes I find that if I turn my painting to another angle, maybe upside down, sometimes it's easier then to kind of paint the angle that you want to. So always, you can experiment, see if sometimes it is easier painting upside down. So now I've put it the right way round, and now I'm going to draw these berries. So you can think about how many berries you want. I'm going to make quite a few actually. I really like the red. I think it will look really great against that beautiful kind of cool background and those dark green leaves. I'm going to now cover the berries that are underneath a different colour. So the ones that would be on top of the leaf, where it's going to be green underneath, I'm just going to cover it with white. This is to make sure that when I'm ready to put on my red, it's going to be a really vibrant red, and none of that green will come out from underneath. And whilst I've got that white on the tip of my paintbrush, I'm going to add it to the eye, just a tiny little dot. And now my berries are ready to be painted, so I'm going to get some red, and I'll just go on each of my berries and fill it in with this nice vibrant red. It's a primary red, so it's a really beautiful colour, and I think it looks so lovely. You can see next to that blue background, they look really great, they stand out really well. Now I'm going to get some black, and using that pointed brush again, very finely, I'm going to add some dots. Not all of them, some of the dots will be in the centre and some will be at the side. So once my berries are done, I'm going to get some white, and I'm dabbing some of it off so I don't have quite so much. It's going to be a dry brush technique, and I'm going to add this to my leaves and to some of the berries as well. And once the snow is on, I think that is perfect. So I hope you really enjoyed that project, and I hope you have a lovely time making your own robin picture.